Hi, I'm Suzanne Williams, author of the Tennis Fitness course, and in this short video we're going to look at a very simple and effective way to improve speed on the tennis court. Just to be clear, we're going to look at linear speed, not agility. We accept that there are lots of changes of direction within a point, but that would come under the banner of agility. Often, a player will need to run in a straight line, or at least travel in a straight line to get from where they are to the ball. So we're going to look at really simple ways to improve this. Let's get started. So for clarity, let's refer back to the Tennis Fitness course when we talked about linear speed. Linear speed is the combination of step length and step frequency, and with all of these things, to improve speed, either step length or step frequency must be improved. Within each of those categories you have further categories: resisted sprints, uphill sprinting, strength training, plyometrics, and also in step frequency, high-speed treadmill work, assisted towing work, and downhill sprinting. In this short video, we are specifically going to look at resisted sprinting. Resisted sprinting is any type of linear travel that is done against significant horizontal resistance. That resistance can come in the form of a sled, a resistance band, or a partner. In these videos you see a partner sliding along a wooden floor, but it works really well if they are just running behind, putting their own brakes on. What's also great about resisted sprint work is that you can select the type of footwork pattern you want to use. You see in the videos here we've got forwards running, backwards running, and crossover steps, but as you can imagine it's not restricted to just those types of movements. When we look at our tennis players, we often wish that they could get there with fewer steps, and this is the type of training that helps that happen, whether it's a crossover step out of a split step, or travelling forwards to a smash, or just hustling backwards. If they could get there with fewer steps, it's much more efficient. So, as coaches, what should we look out for when our players are doing resisted sprints? Well, as always, when doing speed work, we'd be looking for a forward lean. One of the big advantages of resisted sprint work for the developing athlete is that the load comes from behind them, so it helps them adopt this forward lean. Admittedly, tennis doesn't require as much of a forward lean as a 100-meter sprint, for example, because they do have to stop again in a few meters, but it is essential for them to reach their top speed as quickly as they can, so this is where the forward lean is really, really important. And the second component for the coaches to look for is minimal foot contact time. Once the foot hits the ground, the ankle will compress like a pogo stick, and this will store a load of energy in the ankle and foot, largely in the Achilles tendon. This will then recoil like a spring and will release the energy. This process takes the work out of the muscles, and anything that we can do to conserve the muscle energy has to be a good thing, because tennis matches, as we know, can go on for a very long time. So there's two more points that I'd like to make when discussing the topic of speed. Number one, if you want to help your player get faster, you train them when they're fresh. Don't train them when tennis has fatigued them. Now, there is an argument that you'll want your player to still be able to be fast when they're tired, but that's a different subject. If you want physical adaptations to take place in their body, train them when they're fresh. And secondly, be really strict on your work-rest ratios. The work-rest ratios for speed training is 1:4 or even 1:5. So if their sprint takes 5 seconds, times it by 4 or even 5 for their recovery. So that's 20 or even 25 seconds rest before they do it again. Otherwise, you're training something completely different. I hope that helps. I hope you find that useful, and if you want more of the same, go to www.tennisfitnesscourse.com.